त्रिभुवने कोरिजा चरण वंदन। त्रिभुवने कोरिजा चरण वंदन। जय जय जगन्नाथ सच्चिदानंदन। त्रिभुवने कोरिजा चरण वंदन। लीला चले शंख चक्र गदा पद्मधार। नदिया नगरे दंड कमंडलुका। लीला चले शंख चक्र गदा पद्मधार। नदिया नगरे दंड कमंडलुका। के हो बोले पूरबे रावण बधिला। गोलोकेर वैभव लीला प्रकाश कोरिला। के हो बोले पूरबे रावण बधिला। गोलोकेर वैभव लीला प्रकाश कोरिला। जय जय जगन्नाथ सच्चिदानंदन। त्रिभुवने कोरिजा चरण वंदन। 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 श्री राधार भावे बे गोरा अवतार। हरे कृष्ण नाम गौर कोरिला प्रचार। श्री राधार भावे बे गोरा अवतार। हरे कृष्ण नाम गौर कोरिला प्रचार। वासुदेव घोष बोले कोरी जोड़हार। जय गौर से कृष्ण से जगन्नाथ। वासुदेव घोष बोले कोरी जोड़हार। जय गौर से कृष्ण से जगन्नाथ। जय जय जगन्नाथ सच्चिदानंदन। त्रिभुवने कोरिजा चरण वंदन। 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 जय।
Thank you very much for playing a wonderful song. Krishna made the perfect timing. Huh? You can get better than this. Hari Bol. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explained in this particular narration that we can understand very clearly how much the Lord loves his devotees, what the Lord is willing to do for his devotees, and how the Lord is intoxicated in ecstasy by the love of his devotees. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was living in Puri during the last 18 years of his lila, his ecstasy of separation from Krishna was growing every day more and more and more. During the day, he would perform Nam Sankirtan with his devotees. And during the night, in the company of Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramanand Roy, his love in separation would grow beyond the boundaries of human conceptions. He would simply hear and chant the names and glories of the Lord throughout the night. And he's always spent his time reciprocating with his wonderful devotees. So one day, by Lord Chaitanya's arrangement, his personal servitor, Govinda, brought Jagannath Mahaprasad to the Siddha Bakul, the Bhajan Kutir of Srila Haridas Thakur. When Govinda came into the Haridas Thakur garden, he found that Haridas was lying on the ground, very slowly chanting the holy names. Govinda said, Haridas, I have bought the Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath on Lord Chaitanya's command. Please come and accept it. Haridas Thakur looked up and with a very sad voice he said, I have not yet finished my prescribed round of chanting the holy name of Krishna. Therefore I cannot eat. But at the same time, this is Jagannath Mahaprasad. I must honor and respect. So Haridas Thakur bowed down with folded hands, offering prayer to the prasad, and then took a very tiny portion and honored that. So Srila Prabhupada explained here in how prasad means the Lord's favor. It should never be considered ordinary food. It is the Supreme Personality of God has favor upon the living being, that he bestowed the remnants of his mercy to not only satisfy their taste, their health, but to purify their hearts, to awaken that dormant love. That is the power of prasad. So devotee do not eat prasad, devotee honor the favor of the Lord that is coming in this most wonderful form. Next day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Siddha Bakul, and he saw Haridas Thakur slowly chanting his rounds. Lord Chaitanya asked, Haridas, are you well? Haridas Thakur replied, my body is all right, but my mind and intelligence are not well. Lord Chaitanya asked, can you ascertain the cause of your disease? And Haridas replied, he said, my Lord, kindly hear my plea. He said, I'm not able to complete the prescribed number of rounds that I chant of Krishna's holy names. Therefore, I'm in a diseased condition. Srila Prabhupada write a very short but powerful purport to this verse. He said that if one is not able to complete the prescribed round that he has been assigned or she has been assigned, it is to be understood that that person in a spiritually diseased condition. And then Prabhupada said, knowing the difficulty of the people in the Western countries to chant a large number of japa, we have prescribed a minimum of only 16 rounds every day. This is minimum. And such round have to be chanted loud enough that you and others could hear. And if one is not doing this every single day without fail, it is to be understood that they are in a diseased conditions. So we should know where we are. Lord Chaitanya said to Thakur Haridas, you are very old. Please reduce the number of rounds you are chanting. A wonderful excuse for us, right? When we got old. You are already liberated. You have transcended the modes of material nature. You have achieved the perfection of life. There is no need for you to chant so much. Haridas, you have already broadcasted the glories of the holy name all over the world for the benefit of humanity, and you already perfected your own life. You have fulfilled the purpose of your incarnation in this world. Now, please, Haridas, reduce the number of rounds that you chant every day. Thakur Haridas with folded hand and a faltering voice replied, O my Lord, please hear my plea. I'm born in an inferior family. My body is abnormal. I'm always engaged in low works. Therefore, I'm the lowest and most condemned amongst men. I'm unseizable and untouchable. But yet, you have given the opportunity to serve you. In giving me the opportunity to serve you, you have delivered me from the most horrible hellish conditions, and you have elevated me to the platform of Vaikuntha. This is a very important statement when the Lord grants us devotional service. He is granting us the platform of Vaikuntha. So Haridas Thakur continues, say, my dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and your independent will is supreme. The whole world is dancing according how you make it dance. And out of your causeless mercy, you have made me dance in so many ways. For example, even though I am most sinful and most condemned in the assembly of the qualified Brahmana, in the house of Advaitacharya, you have given me the honor of taking the first remnants of the Shraddha, although I have no qualification. For such thing, my dear Lord, you are always merciful to your devotees. And although I am not a devotee, I am only an imitation of your devotee. I have a very strong desire that I wish you to fulfill. I have the desire, that one single desire in my heart for a very, very long time. And I fear that soon you will close your pastime in this mortal world. And my dear Lord, please do not let me see this closing chapter of your pastime. Before that day comes, let my body fail before you. This is my one cherished desire, my Lord. Allow me to take your most cherished worship, able lotus feet, and embrace them to my heart. Allow my eyes to gaze at your moon-like face, and let my tongue constantly chant your holy name. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, in this state, take the life air from my life, and allow me to fall at your feet. Please, my Lord, if it's possible, by your mercy, fulfill my one single desire. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was deeply moved. He said, Haridas, what are you saying? The only happiness I find in the material world is in your association. Why do you want to leave me behind? Haridas Thakur replied, my Lord, why are you creating an illusion? I'm most condemned. I'm most abnormal. You have millions and millions of devotees, and each and every one of them is fit to sit on top of my head. They are all helping you in a very useful way in your pastimes. But I'm so useless. I'm condemned, my Lord. If an insignificant insect dies, what is the loss to this world? If an ant dies, what is the loss to this material creation of yours? My Lord, please fulfill my desire. So Lord Chaitanya told Haridas Thakur, somebody has unmuted the phone. So Lord Chaitanya told Haridas Thakur that he would return tomorrow. He left to perform his noon duties. Next morning, the Lord, with all of his devotees in Puri, went to the house of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was addressed by Lord Chaitanya. What is the news, Haridas? Haridas replied, the news is, whatever mercy you bestowed upon me. Then the Lord instructed his devotees to begin Nam Sankirtan. Vakreswar Pandit was the lead dancer. Swarup Damodar was the lead singer. Ramanand Roy, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and all the devotees present were chanting and dancing in ecstasy. And Thakur Haridas went and took the dust of the lotus feet of every single devotee and placed it on his head. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to explain to his devotees his love to Haridas Thakur, as he was described the glories of Srila Haridas Thakur with pure, unadulterated love. He was so enthused, he was so ecstatic that it seems as though he had 5 mouths. The devotees were stuck in wonder, in transcendental ecstasy to hear the Lord praise his devotee with such deep affection. This is the difference between material consciousness and devotee consciousness. What is a true Vaishnava? Do we dare to even know? A true Vaishnava is defined by this principle, is one of Srila Prabhupada's beautiful purport. A true Vaishnava is one who is never envious of anyone. A true Vaishnava is one who is in bliss of seeing someone else getting the mercy and the favor of the Lord. A Vaishnava finds the greatest happiness in seeing other devotees exalted and glorified. And if we are envious to that extent, we are not a truly Vaishnavas. So Lord Chaitanya was glorifying Haridasa Thakur with 5 mouths simultaneously, such enthusiasm. And all the devotees were enraptured to hear this wonderful glorification. And then Haridasa Thakur again went and again took the dust from the lotus feet of every devotee and placed it on his head in the utter humility. Then he sat Lord Chaitanya down before him and took his lotus feet, those beautiful golden lotus feet that are the shelter of all existence and all shelter of all entities in spiritual and material world. And he pressed those feet with his 2 hands upon his heart and gazed at Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus face. You know, when I used to massage all the Maharajas, I used to do the same thing. I used to put their legs on my lap, very close to my heart, and I was massaging. It's a very wonderful experience. His eyes were like 2 bumblebees drinking the nectar of the moon-like lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And with profound tears streaming from Haridasa Thakur's eyes, gazing at the Lord, he repeatedly chanted with deep emotion, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So in the assembly of the devotees by Lord Chaitanya's grace, Haridasa Thakur life had left his body. As he lay there, lifeless, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became uncontrollably, aesthetically in love for his devotees. The entire kirtan became tumultuous, and mridanga and kartals, the enthusiasm and the love in the devotees' voices cried out Krishna's holy name. Sri Chaitanya, maddened by his love, lifted Haridas and placed him on his top and then began to dance. Lord Chaitanya danced and he danced and he danced, and Haridas' tears like torrents. Rivers were flowing from his eyes. His hairs were standing on the end, and his limbs were trembling with a choke voice. He was chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So all the devotees seeing their beloved Haridasa Thakur like this, he had left them. They were weeping in agony of separation. But at the same time, seeing the Lord's love for his devotee, they were in ecstasy. They chanted and they danced, and they chanted and they danced. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not give up the body of Haridas. Swarup Damodar Goswami somehow stopped the Lord from dancing. He said, my Lord, it is time for the last rites. We must perform the funeral ceremony. Let us make that arrangement. So during that time, a palanquin was made which resembled an airship. They laid Thakur Haridas' body on that. They had a Nam Sankirtan procession from Siddhabakul to the ocean. Vakreshwar Pandit was dancing, Swarup Damodar and others were singing, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of love for his devotees, led the procession, dancing in ecstasy until they arrived at the sea. There Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally took the body of Haridasa Thakur, that body that Mary condemned being that of a mlacha, that body that was considered untouchable by materialistic so-called Brahmins and religionists, that body that was considered and outcast to people who had superficial conceptions of spirituality. The Supreme Personality God had lovingly held that body and personally bathed it with his own hands in the waters of the sea. And then Sri Chaitanya proclaimed that for all time to come, that this sea is now a holy place of pilgrimage, because he says, bathe the body of Thakur Haridas. Lord Chaitanya bathed in the sea every single day, but his opinion is now it has become a holy place of pilgrimage, because it said bathe Haridas Thakur's body. And as Chaitanya was bathing Haridas Thakur's feet, the devotee was drinking that water and sprinkling it on the head in aesthetic love. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought his body to the shore and with his own hands began to dig in the sand. No shovel, with his own hand he was digging, and the devotee were helping him dig until there was a suitable hole in the ground. Then Sri Chaitanya had Haridas Thakur body lowered. They anointed his limbs with fresh, fragrant sandalwood pulp, which was the remnants of Jagannath. Then they placed upon his body Jagannath's remnants, some pieces of the silk rope that is used to pull Jagannath, and they put garlands and some of Jagannath ornaments and clothes, and Jagannath prasadam. And then Lord Chaitanya with his own hand very lovingly put the sand on Haridas' form amongst the devotee. And after he was buried in his samadhi, the devotees right then and there put a sign to commemorate. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu led all the devotees to take their bath in the sea. And then coming out of the sea, they circumambulated the Samadhi Mandir of Haridas Thakur about 4 times, again and again. So number 4 is very auspicious. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came into the town of Puri. He went to the main gate entrance to Jagannath temple. And there are prasadam of Jagannath is bought out in large quantity every day and given to shopkeepers to sell. Lord Chaitanya declared, today we are having a feast in the honor of great Vaishnava Acharya Haridas Thakur. And Lord Chaitanya, taking the position of the most menial servant or servant of the servant, went to each shop to beg alms for the feast. With tears of love in his eyes, he would beg each shopkeeper with his cloth open, please, in honor of Haridas Thakur, I beg some alms for you. And each shopkeeper, and there were hundreds of them, were bringing entire basket full of prasadam. Swarup Damodar Goswami said, Lord Chaitanya, why don't you go home for a few minutes? We will do this begging on behalf of you. So they were bringing so much prasadam that Swarup Damodar Goswami said to each shopkeeper, just give 4 or 5 handful of each preparation, that's all. That will be more than enough. Here Swarup Damodar Goswami, Lalita Sakhi, who is the most confidential assistant of Radha Damodar in the spiritual world, begging from ordinary people to glorify a Vaishnava. Soon there were huge amount of prasadam. Vaninath Mishra and Kasi Mishra, they brought huge quantity of prasadam. The Lord Chaitanya came to serve the prasadam. He began to serve each preparation. However, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so eager to satisfy his devotees that 1 handful was more than 5 men could eat. That was his enthusiasm to serve. Just as his mouth, when he wanted to glorify the devotees, it was as if he had the 5 mouths. When he wanted to serve the devotees, he has such a love and enthusiasm to serve by his own hand. Hell, more than 5 people could eat. Swarup Damodar Goswami approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, my dear Lord, please let us serve. because no one is going to eat until you eat. So he sat down with Brahmananda Bharti and Paramanand Puri, Swarup Damodar. They were the top devotees serving prasadam. Swarup Damodar Goswami, the most confidential associate, the Siksha Guru of Raghunath Das Goswami. He was serving prasadam to all the devotees. And everyone there, Jagat Anand Puri, the great devotees in conjugal ras, was serving all the devotees and guests. And there was Damodar Pandit and Shankar Pandit and Kashishwar Pandit. Who was Kashishwar? He was Ishwar Puri's personal servant. They are all serving. So we should understand that serving prasadam is not just a chore. It is a most excited privilege. The most highly elevated Paramhansas of Mahaprabhu Lila are serving the prasadam to the devotees. What is our right? What is our qualification to serve Krishna prasadam? We have none. It is out of causeless mercy that we are allowed such an exalted position. And let us carefully analyze, what is this exalted position? It is to take the most menial position of serving. The most exalted position is menial service. Swarup Damodar Goswami, Jagannath Pandit, Shankar Pandit was known as the pillow of Lord Chaitanya during Lord Chaitanya's most intimate lila in the Gambhira, where he was in such ecstasy that he would sometimes escape from his room and just go out. And Shankar Pandit was assigned to stay alone with the Lord at the night, in the night, and go mad alone. Shankar Pandit was assigned to stay in his room in Gambhira and keep the Lord's feet on his lap like a pillow and massage him all night long. He was serving prasadam with great enthusiasm, with great ecstasy to serve the Vaishnavas. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wasn't allowed to serve prasadam. He wanted to serve, but he was not allowed. His devotee would not eat. So for the satisfaction of the devotee and the Vaishnava, he sat down to eat. Or let us say to honor. But the Lord eats, we honor. Because of him it is bhoga. In the role of a devotee, he was honoring prasadam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was instructing the servants, give them more, give them more. And as he was eating prasadam with all the devotees, he still said, give them more, give them more. So in another place, it's explained that how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Paramatma in everyone's heart. Therefore, when you are taking prasadam, the Lord knows just what preparation you like, and he knows exactly what you want more. And he was ordering the servant, give him rasgulla more and more and more. Give him this rice cake. He kept telling, give them more, until the devotees were fed up to the next. Nick, Hakibo. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he danced with the body of Haridas. He bathed the body of Haridas. He worshipped the body of Haridas. He begged for Haridas. He glorified the whole world. The Namacharya Srila Prabhupada explained that the Lord's mission of coming to this world is to deliver the fallen soul. And this age of Kali, especially through Nama Sankirtan. And similarly, that the Lord associate, they came to this world and they stay in the world for one purpose, assisting the Lord in his mission of connecting people to the Lord for their ultimate deliverance. Haridas Thakur never claimed to be anyone great. Previously, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed his divine opulence to Haridas. He revealed himself to be Krishna, the Lord of Vrindavan. And then he commanded Haridas to ask for benedictions. Now Haridas Thakur, he had no home. He had no possession. He had no wife. He had no family. He had no bank account. He had nothing in this world. He just lived in the caves and jungles, begged some food from time to time. He was constantly preaching the glories of the holy name and chanting a minimum of 192 rounds a day, 300,000 names. So Haridas Thakur was told by Sri Chaitanya to ask for a benediction. So Thakur Haridas said he wanted nothing. Haridas Thakur is said in our holy scripture to manifest the qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. When Nrsimha Bhagavan ordered Prahlad to take a benediction, Prahlad said, "My dear Lord, if I take anything from my service to you, then I'm not a devotee. I'm a business person." A devotee is surrendering. Bhakti Vinod prayed that my home, my family, my abilities, everything I have, I surrender to you, Nanda Kishore. My Lord, if you want you sustain me, or if you want, you can kill me. You have any right to deal with me in any way you please, because I'm your servant. That is the mood of the surrendered devotees. So Haridas Thakur said, "I don't want anything, my Lord." Lord Chaitanya said, "But it will make me happy if you ask for something." The Lord is the supreme in debate. You cannot defeat him. Yet the Lord is pleased to be defeated by his devotees. What a wonderful quality, right? Lord is so kind. The Lord defeated Haridas. You do not want anything, but I will be pleased if you ask for something. So Haridas defeated him. He asked for something. He said, "Let me born in every birth in such a place where I will get the remnants of the food that has been left from the plate of your devotee. Let their wealth be mine, the remnants of the food of your devotees. Let me born as a dog or an insect in the vicinity of your devotees' home. So when they throw the scraps and remnants in the dustbin, I will get to eat it." Then Haridas became very ashamed. He said, "My Lord, I have no right to ask for such an exalted benedictions like this. Please forgive me." That is why Thakur Haridas was chanting the name of the Lord constantly. Just let me be the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant, and honor and worship in most manual way of your servant. I was talking to someone, Prabhu, he came to my home and he wants to know the history of the temple and fundraising and all. And I was explaining him that how we never had any cleaning crew. Everything we used to cook. Even we have the Diwali dinner in Gandhi Center. So we used to take in the pickup truck and then we warm it up the food there in that hall. We serve 3 batches. At 11 o'clock, we'll load up everything and bring to the temple. And we don't have any sink to wash. We used to use the water hose and all the green pad. We used to clean those pots until 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. On Sunday feast, we never had the cleaning crew to clean the kitchen pot. We used to clean our shop. We used to sweep and mop Gauranga Hall ourselves. There was no help. This is how you cleanse your heart. But nowadays, it's difficult because we are so sophisticated. We don't want to, even we see there is a water in the Gauranga Hall, somebody may have slept, but we have no courtesy to get that mop and dry it out. This is Kali Yuga. So Lord Chaitanya was so pleased. He just wrote in ecstasy, "Haridas, I grant you these benedictions that whoever sees you, whoever hears your chanting, even whoever hears your name will get Krishna's supreme mercy." What else do we need? He fulfilled his innermost desire. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is conquered by the simplicity, humility, and love of his devotees. And how the devotees love each other. Sharing the spirit of Lord is the innermost secret of the spiritual world. That is what we learn from this story. So then, to honor Srila Haridasa Thakur, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up to wash his hand. And when all the devotees got up to wash their hand, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally gave each devotee a garland with his own hands. And with his own hand, he took sandalwood pulp and ornamented their limbs with that, serving his devotees. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke to everyone. Listen attentively. He said, today we have honored this celebration of the passing of Haridasa Thakur. How fortunate is anyone who in any way participate in this most sacred event. Anyone who was in the kirtan in the passing of Haridasa. Anyone who was there to bathe his body in the sea. Anyone who has honored this prasad or heard the kirtan, all of you will become most dear to Krishna. You will achieve the supreme mercy of Krishna. That is the power of Haridasa Thakur. By the Lord's love and kindness, He has given me the association of Haridasa Thakur, Dhavanamacharya. But now, by the Lord's inconceivable will, He has taken away that association. Haridasa Thakur is the Acharya of the chanting of the holy name. He has spread the holy name of Krishna in all directions. But now, Lord has taken him away from us. He was the crown jewel of this entire world. But now, the world is bereft of that jewel. Everyone, very loudly, with raised arm, call out, Jai Jai Haridas, Jai Jai Haridas, Jai Jai Haridas, and chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So the devotee chanted the holy name with great love. And then Lord returned to his abode of Gambhira. And he was walking. He was simultaneously feeling the deep anguish of separation from his devotee. And at the time, he was feeling ecstatic. This is something that cannot be understood by material consciousness. Actually, it can only be understood by the mercy of the Lord. We can theoretically comprehend certain things, but bhakti is about the experience of the heart. Yes, we can read books, learn philosophies, and cite them very wonderfully as scholars. But to actually experience, to actually understand truth, it is only possible by the mercy of the Lord. And that mercy only comes to one whom the Lord is pleased. By Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proclaimed Haridasa Thakur to be the crest jewel of all the scholars. Srila Prabhupada explained, how is Haridasa Thakur such a scholar? Because he experienced, he realized Krishna's love. He realized how his service to the Lord, his pleasure to the Lord was just by promoting the chanting of the holy name with the essence of all the knowledge. Harinam, Harinam, Harinam eva kevalam, kalova nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyata. So in this age of the Kali, only way of protection is through holy name. And it is explained that the mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare is the essence of the Vedas. All Vedic knowledge culminates in the understanding of the greatness of the Mahamantra. Everything can be realized through this process. So because Haridasa Thakur had complete faith in the holy name of the Lord, therefore he was the greatest of all scholars. So yes, understanding spiritual matter is not a matter of scholarship. It is not a question of fertile brain substance. It is only possible through our humility and our dedication to the Lord. How is it possible that at the passing of a great Vaishnava, that a person can be simultaneously in complete tribulations, heartbreaking anguish, and at the same time ecstasy? Actually, it is incomprehensible, but by the mercy of the Lord, it can be experienced. So this Lord Chaitanya written feeling deep, deep separation from his devotee who had returned back home, back to Godhead. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami summarized the story by explaining how the Lord loves his devotee, how the Lord serves his devotees on Haridas Thakur's order, which came in the form of a humble appeal. The Lord took his life even though he was dearer to the Lord than even life itself. The Lord was willing to bear intense, immense separation in order to fulfill the desire of his devotee, that he don't want to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu leave this world. What a great day today is the Disappearance Day of Bhakti. Our Namacharya Srila Haridasa Thakur, we should absorb in chanting, and this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur has revealed. We will never be able to understand Krishna by reading the books or knowing all the philosophy and everything. Just by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra attentively, whatever we are seeking in our spiritual life can be fulfilled. But it's not that we shouldn't read Prabhupada book. We should read, and that will give more relishment, knowing that how Krishna is so kind. In every story of Srimad Bhagavatam, we can see his glorious activities. And then our deep-rooted attachment for the material thing will slowly and slowly will fade away, and we will become completely fixed at the lotus feet of the divine couple and make our life successful. Go back home, back to Godhead. There is pain in this material world. I was listening to the class where we were addressing the deity. Tamal Krishna Maharaj was saying, no matter what you do, you will never become happy in this material world. Guaranteed. So why we are seeking something which is not gonna be attainable? Just do something can please our mind and heart while living in this material world, and make your way through the Goloka Vrindavan, so we don't have to come back in this rotten material world anymore. So today is the very most auspicious day. Please absorb as much as you can. I wish that it has fallen the weekend. So my desire is, last time we chanted 24 hours. It took us about 22 hours and 48 minutes or something like that. And my desire is that maybe the appearance day may come on the weekend time, so we can sit and chant 24 hours just for one day to give respect to Haridas Thakur. With those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever you come across, give them a kind word that their life can also become successful, totally fearless. You know, I was just reading one Mataji gave me, that Prabhuji, this is the Ayurvedic medicine by Patanjali, you know. And if you take your blood pressure will remain steady, because Shyamalavi has a little blood pressure problem recently. And Jagannath and, you know, my family now, they read every ingredient, and they have the talc powder which causes the cancer. Do you know that? All this, even Ayurvedic medicine is getting spoiled. And they are also, because they knows the mentality of the people, that they wants to see some effect. So I have heard some of the even Ayurvedic medicine carry the steroid. So you feel, yes, this medicine is working. This world is getting worse and worse. There is nothing we should trust. Go to the village, grow your own vegetable, little bit, eat little bit, but be happy and healthy. Don't take shelter of anything. These medicines and I have made up my mind that I will never take any kind of shots, flu shots or COVID shot or anything, because rather than helping, it is killing the people. This is all run by the mafia. So something that we should dwell on it. Thank you very much. And looking forward, and if Krishna so desires, We will see you tomorrow. With those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful devotees who join every single day, taking so much austerity from Houston, from India, New Jersey, Virginia, Boise, Boston, Atlanta, Austin, Alachua, College Station, Tempe, Phoenix, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, New Orleans, Baltimore, Portland, Dhaka, Orlando, Jacksonville, and also Guatemala. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhaivacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Also, some devotees from China approached me, and that Ramapat Swami Maharaj asked me to help establish the Japa call in China. So I'm looking forward to assist them in some ways. Uh, we are looking for the mutual time because they are 13 hours ahead of us. But it would be nice that if we can spread the holy name somehow or other to assist Srila Prabhupada mission. So Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hari Bol.